So hello guys, hi, hello my people. How are you doing? Welcome back. This is Open Mic with Nelson, and in case you are new here, this is how we do it. Just subscribe, make sure you watch, make sure you comment, and make sure you share our video. Also, don't forget to hit the subscription button. So today, I want us to talk about the politics, about what has been happening, especially in the New York City. They have a new mayor, Zohran Mamdani, a Ugandan-born guy, left Uganda at the age of 7. Now he is the mayor of New York City. And in his speech, there are some of the comments that there's a statement that the guy made, which has not settled well. It has received a lot of criticism, a lot of backlash from people, and there are some of people who are praising it. I think it is at the same quarter. There are some of the people who are saying what Mom Dan said, it should be like that. So he talked something to do about, he talked, or he said that New York was built by migrants. This is a statement that he made, which has made him to receive a lot of criticism. So I have compiled some videos. I want us to listen to the videos. I'm not the original creator of the video, so the copyright given to the original creators of the video. And in case you come across us this YouTube channel using your video and you're not comfortable with us using your video, please just talk to us, reach to us. We have our email at the end of this video, and we shall do the necessary. So guys, just watch and comment and like.
Saying immigrants built America is so fucking disrespectful because them crackers on Ellis Island didn't even come to the 1890s for one. Y'all, the rest of y'all didn't even come until the 60s, right? To say y'all built America when America was already built is disrespectful shit. I'm not gonna hold y'all. And then the crazy thing about it is the people who came over here because of opportunities that were already here. It was already built. Right? It was already built. Y'all helped develop America, not gonna hold you, right? I'm not gonna sit right here and say it's not as important, but to say, oh, we built America is a fucking lie. Say immigrants built America's fucking lie, and then try to sit right here and try to compromise the lie by saying, oh, well, black Americans are forced migrants. Don't you dare in your fucking life try to sit right here and reduce what we went through to forced migrants, right? Because y'all niggas can't stop fucking lying. Like, I sit right here and see the motherfuckers sit right here and say, oh, yeah, we're forced migrants. Don't you ever in your fucking life say no stupid shit like that because y'all want to sit on that fucking lie instead of sitting right here and saying, oh, America will not be what it is without immigrants. Y'all gotta lie. And then the crazy thing about it is half of y'all niggas ain't came here to the 60s. To the 60s. Right? But any fucking ways. Then on top of that, still try to compromise the lie on top of that by saying, well, enslaved and immigrants, fuck Native Americans, by the way. Never still ain't mentioned Native Americans, by the way. I'm like, yeah, y'all full of shit for real. Y'all niggas full of shit. Cause instead of telling the truth, you gotta lie. You gotta lie and erase Native Americans, Black Americans, and fuck white settlers. But white settlers too? Right? And like you gonna like talk about stuff built opportunity. You came in for opportunity that was already built. You can't say you built America when America had already built opportunity for you to come here in the first place. You helped develop America. That's just as good. That's just as good. I don't even know why the fuck y'all got a life for. Helping develop America to the heights we are at right now is.
I feel like everyone wants to take credit for what America has become or what it is today as it stands today, while simultaneously kind of discrediting and undermining the fact that there was hundreds of years of evils and atrocities that happened to even get America to the point where people would even want to be here at all, that people would want to migrate over here. Because the truth be told is nobody in their right mind would leave their homeland, their family, their friends to come to a place that didn't already have some level of opportunity, that wasn't already built up with some type of infrastructure. Like, immigration didn't really start happening heavily until like the 20s and 30s. And I'm not saying that to undermine any person who was an immigrant and came over here and made a great life for themselves. But what I am saying is that it seems like when it comes time to be proud of like who you've become as an immigrant and what you've built and what you've established here, it's like it's all good, like, because your family's from somewhere else and you're proud of what you created over here. But at the same time, whenever a person who doesn't have an immigrant background, like the foundational Black Americans, the freedmen, or even the whites, the people who were descendants of the white slave owners, right? like basically if you don't have an immigrant story, you don't have an immigrant background, that's when it becomes a problem for you to show pride in being American or having foundational American roots. That's when people start to bring up, oh, well, this is stolen land. You know, this country was built on stolen land. You're not truly American because you're not a Native American. You know, so I feel like if you don't have an immigrant background and you are part of the lineage of people who came from centuries of atrocities on this land, you're not really allowed to have pride in what you contribute or what your lineage contributed. You're not really allowed to like be proud to be American, right? You're only allowed to be proud to be American if you're not from America. You're only allowed to say that you built something and built up something if you have an immigrant background. And that's just something that I noticed. Like, not really something I normally speak on, but I noticed it. You know, everybody wants to take credit for it's built up into a great place. And a lot of people had contributed to this. But all I'm saying is it just seems like you're only allowed to say that you built up America as long as you were not a part, your lineage doesn't go back to the foundation of America as a nation.
Check out this video really quick.
Starting on day one, we will expand the city's special enforcement programs, doubling fines for hazardous violations and tripling them for conditions that are immediately dangerous. And when a really bad landlord, like this guy, refuses to fix it, the city's gonna step in, make the repairs, and send them the bill. If that doesn't work, the city's taking over the building. We're putting the worst landlords out of business.
So this is his plan. He's gonna take away the building if the landlord can't afford to make renovations. The city will step in and do it, but then they'll take away the building if the landlord can't afford it. But at the same time, he's doing rent freezes. He's gonna freeze rent so landlords can't raise rent. So how are they supposed to pay for it? Like if there's a major problem with the apartment complex, how are they supposed to pay for it? And if they can't afford it, and the only way that they can is to raise rent. But oh no, he froze the rent. You know, materials are going up, labor is going up. What's gonna happen? Oh, they'll pay for it, the city. But then, oh no, if you can't pay me back, I'm gonna take away the building. This is a slow, like over time, slow transition into government housing. And what does that sound like if the government's gonna be owning all these buildings? Communism.
You know, as a person, a public servant who puts his life on the line every day to protect the safety of people in the areas that I patrol and protect the Constitution, it is sad to see that my former home, New York City, has been overrun by individuals who did not even grow up in that city. They now dictate the direction of that great city. And I find it truly disgusting how the New York government have made a mockery of the voting system in that city. I mean, just look. How can you say with a straight face that socialist won that election fair and square? Absolutely not. You have people who have been paid to vote not one, not twice, not three times, but multiple times on social media, bragging about it, bragging about payments that they received, you know, from dark money, just made a mockery of our voting system in New York City. And don't think that any of them had to show ID. No, New York is against voter ID. And you wonder why. Look at any liberal ran city and see why they keep yelling that voter ID is fascism. That is because they want to allow their voter base, the illegal kind, to come in and elect any kind of socialist Marxist that they want to destabilize this nation. I was born and raised in the city of New York, 5 boroughs, not outside, in the city. And I watched it go to shit. So much so that I had to pack my family up and leave. And if you would have told me 5 years ago that New York would elect a socialist Muslim, I would say you were fucking crazy. This constitutional republic is under attack.
Last night, Zoran Mandami's had his victory speech, and he made some Black Americans cringe because he was talking about how New York was built by immigrants. Hold on, let me show you.
New York will remain a city of immigrants, a city built by immigrants, powered by immigrants, and as of tonight, led by an immigrant.
So there were some Black Americans that took offense to this because, you know, Black Americans are routinely left out of the conversation when it comes to building America. And a lot of people, especially people who are immigrants and who are in the political sphere, Obama has done it before, you know, talk about how this country was built on immigrants and immigrants are the ones who built this country when Black Americans are not immigrants. It's like they always are either taking us for granted or just conveniently leaving us out. So I understand that, and I feel that same way. Although with this speech, I didn't really get that. I listened to the whole speech, and while I understand the sentiment of my fellow Black Americans, I also understand what Zoran was trying to say. And before that, in the speech, he had said that he wanted to make a New York the city that could be affordable to all the Black American women who had, well, he didn't say Black American, he just said Black women, but, you know, Black with a capital B, that have been let go from federal jobs by Trump. And he also said this.
So Donald Trump, since I know you're watching, I have 4 words for you. Turn the volume up.
He said, turn the volume up, which I have to think that he was referencing KRS-One, great Black American rapper from the 80s and 90s. So he said, turn the volume up, the devil's time is up. So I gotta think he was referencing that. And he also used hip hop a lot during the campaign. Remember when he went to the Wu-Tang concert and spoke to the Wu and, you know, Jadakiss and Styles P and Killer Mike? Like, he used Black American culture as a way to forward his campaign throughout the entire campaigns. I understand why people might be reluctant to take him on. I'm gonna be watching from New Jersey and hoping for the best.
Who built New York City? New York's new mayor, Zoran Namdani. I probably butchered it, so I apologize. I was with his speech and everything he had going all the way up until he said New York City was built by immigrants, powered by immigrants, and now ran by immigrant, whatever the hell. Get that part, but it was not built by immigrants. It was built by enslaved Black Americans. Let's not erase history. And this be my issue sometimes when immigrants get in power. It's like y'all want to erase the history and the foundation of America, and it kind of annoys me sometimes because it's just like you could have said built by enslaved Africans, developed by immigrants. He said nothing about American citizens at all in the ending of that speech at all. He gave all the credit to immigrants. And New York City does have the highest population of immigration. Definitely understand that. It is a multicultural city. That's what makes New York what it is. Definitely love that. But let's not discredit people. Let's not discredit actual American citizens, okay? I don't know. Y'all could chew me up in the comments, but I just pay attention to little stuff like that. And yeah, I just wasn't feeling that part. So, And I did do my research on him, and I see that he was campaigning in clubs and churches. He was campaigning to Jews. Like, he was hitting every corner, Caribbeans, Latinos, you know, Black Americans. He has been hitting every corner of campaigning. But let's be real. We know how campaigning works. You got to get people on your team. I'll continue to do more research on him because I don't know too much about him. And, yeah, I don't know. It's just something a little, I don't know. And just an FYI, Black Americans are not immigrants to America. Okay?
The United States is already a democratic socialist country. Socialism is already here and everybody benefits from it every single day. So next time you hear an uneducated MAGA person scream and yell about socialism, Ask them if they've ever heard of a police department. That's a socialist program. Fire department, socialism. Small business administration that hands out business loans so small businesses can compete, socialism. Medicare and Medicaid, socialist programs. The Social Security program, socialism. FHA loans so people can afford mortgages, socialism. The K through 12 public education system, socialist. State-run colleges, socialist. The program that builds roads and bridges and fills potholes and makes sidewalks, socialism. Garbage collection, socialism. United States Postal Service, socialism. When you get unemployment benefits when you lose your job from the state, socialism. What are you guys talking about? Socialism is all over the place and we're working just fine with it. As a matter of fact, without it, how many people would be screwed? Without your unemployment benefits right now, you would be screwed. Without the SNAP program, we're already seeing that a lot of people are screwed. That's all socialism. There's nothing wrong with democratic socialist programs. Mamdami in New York City just wants to make sure everybody can afford groceries and can ride public transportation so they can get to work to continue to contribute to our economy. Relax. Relax. Socialism is okay. It's already here. Calm down.
New York City was built by immigrants. That is the statement that has sparked a lot of debate. To me, not because it's historically wrong, but because of how it plays into today's, if you look at today's political climate, the way it is, especially in America. Supporters say he's simply telling the truth. Some of them, that New York's energy, labor, culture, and growth have always been powered by migrants from all over the world, each and every corner of the world. But to critics, they argue he is using identity to score political points, looking the complexities of the city's history and the contributions of the many groups. That's how some of the critics are saying. So the real issue here, it is not the fight about history. It's about ownership. According to some of the critics, who gets claim, who gets to claim New York City, who gets to shape it, and who deserves to lead the city. Zoran Mamdani's words, it touched a nerve because they challenged old narratives with a bold new one. That's how I see it. Please just tell me, how do you see? Do you believe that? Do you agree or not that New York City, it has been built by migrants? One thing is clear, that this conversation is not going away anytime soon. So guys, just tell me, talk to me, comment. Make sure you comment, you like, and tell us, do you believe that New York City was built by migrants? For today, thank you very much for watching. This is Open Mic with Nelson. Until next time, continue subscribing, sharing, comment, like, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. Till next time, bye bye.